The story sort of spans 150 years, and it covers really the long arc of U.S. history from Reconstruction up to the present. And I sort of go into the period of time of the Great Migration and African-American urbanization, and looking at the struggle for political power, and in particular looking at cities like Baltimore, Chicago with the election of Harold Washington in 1983, Gary, Indiana, with the election of Richard Hatcher, the first African-American mayor of a mid-sized city in 1967, and looking at what happened, both what forces allowed African-Americans to gain political power in these cities, but also what were the sort of forces that were undermining their ability to actually serve their constituents. And one thing is that these cities were suffering from a draining of their tax bases as a result of white flight out to suburbs that were moving out to the suburbs and taking their tax dollars with them, and then industry and commercial establishments are not far behind. And so you're seeing this kind of draining of the tax base, which is then constraining the ability of majority black cities to be able to actually realize the visions and the demands that had put them in office in the first place. So again, we're seeing here schools that remain underfunded, public services that are not being met, and it's not for lack of concern, it's just because of the way this fiscal structure, which makes these types of critical public needs dependent upon the size of the local tax base. And these tax bases were small, again, as a result of these, both not just the kind of exodus of whites and businesses, but also as well the kind of drawing of new boundaries around cities that are limiting their ability to grow.